CEO, some people may say you need to separate your personal life from your business life. And for me, that was never an option. Hey, cows. I'm a first-generation college graduate and grew up on a humble farm here in the Rockies. I think the way I grew up is shaped who I am today. At 5 o'clock, 5:30 in the morning, we'd go out, we'd feed the calves, tilling the ground, getting ready to plant. We'd end up fixing tractors, we'd end up fixing equipment, and growing up having to do some of the hard things is a benefit to, I think, anybody.
Investors are recognizing this region as a strong, stable place, and our commitment to the principles and values that brought PEG to 20 years.
Good morning. After 20 years, PEG today continues to operate on the same farm life principles that started with my upbringing.
Go ahead and dig.
Just like on the farm, here at PEG, we break new ground, but we're careful about what we plant and where.
It used to be back in the day that you would look to the big coastal cities. Everybody wanted to be in New York. Everybody wanted to be in Los Angeles. Turns out what's more important is business-friendly governments, population growth, and job growth.
Ready to go in the barn? Here at PEG, we're not afraid to go find that needle in the haystack. We find solutions to pull off projects that other groups simply can't pull off.
Today, PEG Companies is our overall operating entity, and that encompasses 5 different operating companies. PEG Capital Partners is our investment and investment relationships entity. We have PEG Development, our original entity that we formed, does ground-up development all over the United States and Canada. We have PEG Construction, our newest entity, that's our general contracting entity. PEG Hospitality Group, that manages our hotel assets, and PEG Property Group manages our commercial and multifamily assets.
We're not allocators like some of our other competitors in the industry. We actually manage and own our properties. And as a result, we're nimble, we're efficient, and we perform better than our peers in every sector.
Over the last several years, PEG has seen tremendous growth. From 2016, we had AUM, or assets under management, of $0.6 billion, to 2018, when we went to $0.9 billion. To 2020, we saw $1.5 billion. And in 2022, our last fiscal year, we ended the year at $2.5 billion. And that is evidence of really what's happening in this Rocky Mountain region.
Finally, what my grandfather taught me is you work until the job is done. And that's what we do here at PEG.
This is fundamental from day one. We don't want to just be in and out of a community. We want to have a positive impact on the community, not only one time, but in perpetuity.
Sometimes we can't control what's happening, like in the economy. But just like on the farm with Mother Nature, hailstorm on the farm, beating down all the crops. And we experience it in the real estate investment world, and you just have to figure out where you can hunker down and save assets, so when you come out of it, when the times are good, you have something to benefit from.
PEG's secret sauce is to think and act like an owner, from our intern all the way to our CEO.
I don't think you can ever remove that from our DNA, nor do I think we should, and I believe that is what keeps us apart from the rest.
We ask 3 fundamental questions. Is it good for the investors? Is it good for the community? And is it good for our employees? And if it can't meet those 3 criteria, we don't do it.
There are big things coming to PEG. We are expanding in our markets. We are staying true to our hospitality and multifamily asset classes. We have 1,200 plus employees across the country. We are starting to tap into some offshore capital that are really looking for flight to safety, and we are right there in step with them, hopefully a couple steps ahead.
That's the Utah Rising story, and that's the PEG Rising story.